Time now for the Stacey and Hutch Say Too Much podcast.
Hide the children.
Where, you guessed it, the dynamic afternoon duo say way too much.
I won't shave armpits. Does it hurt when it grows back?
If there's any ingrown situations, that can be very painful.
No, seriously, that was way too much.
Pit stains. I think they're sexy in certain situations.
So if you're still listening, here they are to start the pod.
Why, I never.
Stacey and Hutch.
Let's do it. Stacey and Hutch Say Too Much.
Awkward.
I don't listen to it. Just ignore it.
Okay.
Every time I ignore it.
Good idea.
Well, we're excited because Phillip Phillips is going to be joining us on Stacey and Hutch Say Too Much. American Idol, huge, numerous hits, and this newest song is super good.
Yeah.
It makes you get up and dance. So let's just get into it. What do you say?
Okay.
Here's Phillip Phillips. What up, man?
Hey.
How's it going?
You know, I'm excited to have you on with us because I haven't talked to you. Stacey talked to you quite a while ago.
Yeah, I had brown hair then. It was like 20 years ago.
I had more hair then, so.
Yeah, maybe.
Where are you at, man, right now?
I'm actually at my brother-in-law and my sister's house. My son, he takes a nap from 1 to about 2:45. And so the babysitter's taking care of him right now. And so, yeah, just wanted to come out here. And they have better internet here. We kind of live out in the country, so we have some bad internet. So I wanted to make sure y'all getting the best internet. And sorry about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize.
Hey, no worries, man.
My team and everybody was a little bit out of funk and didn't know our schedules. So
yeah, listen,
yes,
I know this was last minute, and it sounds like you're crashing on the in-laws couch anyway. So, I mean.
One thing that has definitely changed since I talked to you last is your accent has gotten deeper.
Oh, really? I've been
yeah.
at home. I've obviously was home with COVID, and so it comes back. And
Yeah.
when I was gone a lot after Idol, my mom would say, "You don't talk the same." So I guess I was talking a little clearer then, and then I got home with COVID, and then I started talking. Words start to mumble a little bit more.
Yeah, you became a Yankee for a while there, and she probably got nervous.
The new song, I love it. It's kind of I would say for me being into your music, it's kind of a newer sound, I think, for you. What kind of made you go, I should try this avenue? Or did it kind of progress naturally?
I think it was just naturally. I think as artists and songwriters, you're always trying to grow and learn and kind of push your boundaries a little bit and always learn something new. So that song, Dance Through the Shadows, appreciate you liking it, by the way. That started off more as a ballad, and just played it on the acoustic, and it's a really nice version. And we still might release that one day, but it sounded pretty, but it just didn't feel like it was it, So I was playing, I was kind of messing around with the guitar parts that I'd already been playing, so just changed it and I came up with what you hear now, and we just totally changed the song. It started driving. The drum beat is just killing. I remember we were cutting the drums in the studio. That was just so fun. It's kind of a sadder song, but it's still a love song, about being there for someone. But it has that upbeat feel, and you kind of want to dance. You want to sing that maybe to the person that you really love.
Are we going to hear that version this Saturday, the acoustic version of it that you wanted to do live, or are you going to go with the?
I think you'll hear more of that version, yeah. Yes, if I had a couple more people play with me, we could probably rock it out. But I feel like if I rock out too hard with my acoustic by myself, it might just look weird.
It might look weird. That's true. So, but you're saying the song is kind of sad. Do you want to tell us what it's about?
Yeah. So I'm a pretty private guy. I don't really tell too much about songs that I write because I want people to have their own meaning to it. But the song's pretty special. My wife and I, we've been together over 14 years, and we had a beautiful little baby boy right before COVID, and his name's Patch, and he's just a wild human, and but when I say, I don't know really personally, but when women have a child, it changes a lot in your body. And so my wife had a lot of health issues going on that we couldn't figure out, and still trying to figure a lot of stuff out. Kind of gets scary, and I was always just trying to tell her it's going to be all right. Let's, try to take your mind off of it. Let's do this, let's do that. Or let's, let me call the doctor. Let me try to help, whatever it is to try and fix it. And sometimes it's just best just to not really say much at all and just kind of be there for that person that you love and just turn on the TV or just listen to some music or go for a ride or whatever. So it was hard. It was the song's really about me trying to just be there instead of trying to fix it all, and just kind of sit in the silence sometimes. And and just, loving that person,
What a perfect way to put it. Just be there and not try to fix it all.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to just be quiet. I don't talk much anyways, but with my wife, I love her so much. And sometimes I'll start talking or trying to do too much. And it's just like, hey, just shut up for a second,
Well, it's hard to acknowledge that and do that a lot of times in relationships. I think mostly for men, I know for me, but a lot of women, no matter who your spouse is, you want to save them. You want to help fix them. You want to make sure they're okay and protect them. And so when sometimes the best thing to do is not do that.
We just want you to hear us complain.
Yeah,
we just want a sounding board, but you want to fix it for us. And we don't understand that.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't understand.
Sometimes you need to feel the sadness, even if you've been sad a while when somebody's trying to fix it. Sometimes you got to sit in that, sit in that for a minute to really feel everything. Sometimes we all go through sometimes where you get depressed or some anxiety or whatever it is, and you want it to be, want it to end. But when somebody's trying to fix it all or try to make it okay, it's just like, let me just breathe for a second, Not trying to bring it all down. It's still
it's a great conversation. We talk about it all the time on the show, and how one deals with their mental health and how they get out of it. And I know that everyone's had their struggles with COVID and with and especially being a parent now. There's a whole set of new struggles that you didn't think you'd ever have to deal with.
Right.
Stacey and I were talking about this the other day, yesterday. In fact, my daughter for the first year wanted nothing to do with me. She cried every time I hold her. She, and as a dad,
that breaks your heart.
It breaks my heart because I didn't have that connection of carrying her. I didn't have that connection of being able to do that. And it does break your heart. Has songwriting changed for you since you became a parent?
I've written a little bit and still kind of write a little bit about him. This album, there's a couple moments in there. There's a song called Love Like That and a song called Long Time. That's a little bit about my son and my wife, but even songs I'm writing right now, I'll start writing about him, a relationship that I have maybe with my own father, and maybe what I want to do differently with my son, and what because we all, like I said, we always want to do better than what we've experienced, even if we've had a great experience. Some things you want to do the same, and some things you want to do differently, and having a kid, a very strong-willed kid, is very challenging. And he's the sweetest little boy, and he's so loving and just funny. But he is also he knows exactly what he wants, and he
makes it known.
He makes it known, So I think songwriting changes. This album, I feel like I've been the most honest I've ever been. With an album. I love all three of my first three albums, but and I'm always honest in those when I was writing those. But this one is, I don't know, a lot more vulnerable in this record, and not trying to make things too wordy and not dance around the issue of whatever I was going through. It's kind of a sad album, but there's some happiness through there. But it's very real, and it's real emotions, that I've gone through. And like I said, we all struggle with moments of, where things get hard, difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then sometimes he and my wife and myself, mostly my wife, she's really good at it. They'll make up songs just off the top of their head that are super silly and funny. So those are always fun. And then
don't publish those. You're gonna have to pay her.
Yeah, no, she could make some money writing kid songs for sure. She's pretty funny.
So when Patch gets older and he's able to understand TV, watch it, and get episode to episode, are you excited or more embarrassed to show him your journey?
Oh, it's funny because he's seen a couple of things already. He's mostly seen my music videos, and he liked those. But I played on the Today Show, I don't know, a month ago or something, and I was playing Dance With the Shadows. And the fun also with this album, he grew up with all of these songs. He'll be 4 in November, so he knows every word to every song on this album. And so this album is very special for me with that in mind as well. And so he was at his little his babysitter for that morning. She keeps a few other kids, and she put the TV on, and he was over there, and she filmed it and got the video. And
that's cool.
He's kind of in disbelief, like he said, "That's my daddy," and then he's dancing and singing the words, and it's really sweet, anytime that that happens. When he says that, I just played some shows in Disney, and we got to take him down there, and I got off stage. He didn't really watch my show. He was mostly playing the game on his mom's phone. And, but I got off stage after the first little set, and he came back there. He said, "Daddy, you did such a great job." I was like, "Thanks, buddy."
Thanks, yeah.
He keeps you humble too.
Yeah,
Kids will do that for you.
Did you ride Guardians of the Galaxy when you were down there?
Oh yeah, twice.
Oh my God, man! How awesome is that ride?
We did it 2 times right in a row, man. Oh gosh, dude! So especially the first time, so insane. I love rides.
One of the best ride I think ever. There, it's so cool. And my son Nash, he's 7. Let me tell you, like when you can experience that stuff with your kid and the rides, it's just it brings a whole new level to being a parent. And so. Yeah. It's super special. And I mean, the fact that you get to go down there with your kid and you get to probably get in the front of the lines, that doesn't, that doesn't hurt.
That was okay. And, so we tried to get him into a lot of things before nap time. And so we rode a few of the, smaller rides cause he's still pretty small. And, but the rides we got, he didn't like the pirate ride in the beginning, the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Scary.
That little like dip in there, and he's like, he likes scary stuff. He loves scary stuff, like loves Halloween, and then we went down that. And it was dark. He was shaking for a second. Yikes! It was pretty funny. But
what is Halloween like for your family this year? Do you got your costumes picked out? Do you all dress up in a theme?
So he told me this year he loves superheroes, and he said he's going to be Spin Spidey, Red Spidey. He's going to be the Hulk, and he's going to be a ninja.
Wow.
So we're going to be taking a lot of costumes for him this year.
Yeah, you're going to be busy.
Halloween, any holiday he loves, but Halloween and Christmas are his favorites. And we love to carve pumpkins, and he loves that. And obviously love to get candy. So I think I'm actually going to miss Halloween this year with him, which is a bummer because we both love it so much. And but I think I'm going to be playing a show that day. But I'll be FaceTiming in and whatnot.
Yeah, of course. It's always hard, I'm sure, being away from the kids on the road and missing certain things. But I mean,
Daddy's got to make a living,
and he gets to see on TV.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it'll all. Yeah, that's what I try to.
It'll shake out.
When I started going away a lot, especially this year with the new album, I was. He'd already been used to me going away to write or record for like 5 or 7 days, but this one I've been, this year I've been gone for a good week to week and a half, or so, and then I come back, and it makes it a little tough, but we're trying to figure it all out.
Well, we're excited to have you in this Saturday. It's going to be beautiful weather. Have you been to Stillwater before?
Oh, I think so, but I've been to so many places, to be honest with you.
It's so beautiful. It's right on the river. It's a great time, and we can't wait to hang out with you and have some fun with you for Petpalooza.
Yeah, Hallmark movie kind of place. You'll really.
Oh, it's so Hallmark movie.
You'll really like it.
And by the way, can you bring one of your wife's kids songs and play it? Like, just tell her.
I can remember it. Yeah, if we can remember, we come up with all these crazy songs, and I'm like, hey, can you sing? I came up with some construction song last week, and he said, Daddy, can you sing the construction song? I'm like. He's like, sing it. I'm like, I can't sing it, Daddy. I can't sing it.
Maybe we can commission a new one that will find something that will rhyme with Petpalooza.
Yeah,
that's easy, right? It rhymes with Palooza.
I'll tell my wife to get on that real quick.
Puppies, kitties. It'll be simple.
Anything, really. I mean, here's what you should do is just take, home and just change it with words. And then you'll remember the tune all the time and then just change the words,
Petpalooza. I love it.
Well, thanks for joining us, man. We can't wait to see you Saturday. Safe travels, and we'll see you coming up here, man.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. See y'all soon.
There you go, Phillip Phillips. All right. Well, we got a special episode today of Stacey Not Say Too Much. We are talking with Kylie Minogue. Has a new album coming out September 22nd. And can't wait for you to hear it. We talk about that. We talk about her in Vegas and the difference of music between her being super popular in the UK and her having the longevity here in America that she's had. So let's talk with Kylie Minogue. There you go. Hey, Kylie.
Hi, how are you?
I hear you're in Paris, just living the lifestyle of traveling again, finally.
Just relaxing, sitting on the terrace, drinking
Yeah.
coffee.
If only that was the business, right? Hey,
That's
so
very exciting.
congratulations on the song. We're playing it and we love it. It's such a cool vibe that I think from when you started in this business at such a young age to where you are now, it's kind of cool to look back and just see what you've done, really. I mean, a lot of people don't look back at their lives and reflect, but I'm sure you have, just to kind of see what's been going on.
I don't in my own time, but certainly when it comes time to doing promo and interviews, that involves some self-reflection, some kind of looking back to where we've been. Because I'm living my life every day, but for everyone else, like, where have you been? What have you been doing? But at this point in time, when I do look back, I'm kind of more blown away than ever, really, that it's been such a long time and I've had all these different opportunities. You like enjoy the highs, ride the lows, and here we are now with tension, and it feels like a good time, and it's reaching people well, and I'm just loving seeing people's enjoyment.
Yeah.
They are going, we're here for it. And that's the best I could ask for.
And let me say something about this too. I haven't heard the album. The single is awesome, but it makes you just feel good in a time of many years where people haven't. And myself and my partner Stacey are such a huge fans of exploring mental health and talking about it. This is one of those songs that hasn't come out in a long time where you're just like, wow, I listened to it and I'm ready to go. I feel great.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah.
And was that the intention behind the song?
Well, in making the album and searching for not only all the songs of the album, but where are the singles? And then what's the first single? But in making the album, it was really about having no limits, no restrictions, just diving in and going, is that a good song? Is that saying what we want it to say? Is that making someone feel something, whether it's just feeling good? I like that there's quite a bit of abandon on the album. That's not just Param Param is pretty specific about that's your heart, that's the heartbeat, and etc. etc. Not going to deep dive into the verse lyrics with you, but we know them, we love them, we've been there. But yeah, I'd say that MO for the album and for the singles was what works best as a song.
You said something interesting there, and you and I grew up in a time where albums and whole collections of songs were a story. It was a thing where you listened and you bought the whole album. And now our lives have changed to where singles are hits. TikTok is going to make or break a song too. How weird is that, to where you're writing for, maybe not you, but I know a lot of people write for singles now and put it on an album instead of storytelling. Is that difficult for you, or is that something you're kind of embracing?
To be honest, that wasn't on my agenda when we were making this album. I mean, other than it isn't the kind of the landscape of doing very long self-indulgent songs, although hopefully they still have a place somewhere. But I guess we were just really trying to go back to, Hit Between the Eyes song. There's other songs on the album that are, have a little bit of extra time on them. And I'm happy that I have that on the album. But yeah, it didn't color too much of the making of the album for me.
what has it been like the past couple of years? I know you're touring, coming up doing the Vegas residency, but I mean, you're touring, doing all this press and stuff. What has it been like to try to record all this? I know you had a studio follow you, but it's got to be hectic. Your life has to be the past couple of years just been like go, 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 go. Do you find the downtime?
It's pretty go, go, go now. I'm going to say, uh, I it's been go, go, go for a long time. But for making the album, I was able, yeah, I carried my studio around everywhere. It's like my my companion. Sometimes I would think, it's you again, okay, here we go, set up. But it's been overall such a kind of freedom for me to be able to, either sketch out ideas, kind of put up probably a mic more like you've got there. But if it's time to really do the recording, it's set the big guy up and really try and, I mean, I have been in super comical situations in whichever hotel room or wherever I am. How do I soundproof this room? I mean, how I didn't like twist an ankle or break a limb or something. I'm like trying to get confidence over the bed, or I mean, literally, it's so far from glamorous, but it got the job done, and I have a real sense of satisfaction in doing all of that. Yes, I've loved self-recording.
I tell you, I'm so excited for September 22nd to hear the full album, and a lot of people are so excited from this new music for you. What inspired you to kind of go, okay, now's the time, or why wasn't the time years ago? Why is it now for you?
For what? Sorry?
To release the album now, release all this new music.
I've released, the last release was 2020, which I know brings back a lot of memories for everyone.
Feels so long ago.
It feels so long ago. So I would have started recording this album mid 2021. So for me, it wasn't that far, but I know in the bigger scheme of things, and particularly in America, I'm really enjoying spending more time with all of you.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in your kind of impression of me, it's like, where's she been? What's she doing? Well, she hasn't stopped at all. But I think with the combination of the last two albums I feel like there's really been a journey, and being here now with this particular sound, I don't know, it's just time, or just what's around, what we're into, subconsciously what you tap into.
What is the biggest difference between music being released or accepted in the UK versus America? What is the biggest difference you see? And you're like, that's so different. I have to do this.
Yeah, for me, I've just been, they just know me. They know, they've had a lot more of me. I was on people's TV screens twice a day in the late 80s, and it was the show that I was on, Neighbours, was a phenomenon. So I've got that base in many parts of the world, but not in America. So I think for America, it's like, that's the locomotion girl. Oh no, that's the la 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 girl. And maybe now I'll be the padam padam girl. We'll see.
Oh, you definitely. I mean, listen, I feel like you kind of know because you're doing a residency in Vegas. That's not an easy thing. I mean, you're among the lights of Celine and Garth Brooks, and you sold out your shows. That's not an easy thing to do. And Vegas is huge. You've got a ton of competition, but you did it and you conquered it already before you've even started.
Well, that's very reassuring. I like the confidence. I've yet to really, get into rehearsals and everything. But yeah, I think that speaks to my fan base, and this is an exciting new experience for them to be A, in Vegas, B, in this brand new custom-made venue, which is tailored to the evening. So my understanding is that over time, the venues in Vegas got bigger and bigger, which is great to accommodate so many people. The normal kind of setup with rows and rows of seats, I will keep doing that forevermore, no doubt. But this particular club, it's more old school vibes, but we're going to put a lot of modernity into this more old school club environment. So you're going to be on your little banquet sofa, or you've got your drinks, you got everything. It's more of an evening with.
Yeah, it's super, and from what I understand, it's super interactive too. So people can get up and dance, like the club vibe. They can enjoy themselves.
And at this stage, I have no idea what's going to happen. Whether people will go crazy, knowing my fans, they probably will, and I will encourage that. So I'm really hoping and anticipating that I will love the performance as much as they will love the show.
Is it weird to have a performance where it is people in rows of seats and they're just sitting and then clapping and listening and sitting?
No, because that's normal. That's just normal. I guess I'm just trying to illustrate how this. I mean, it's still being finished. When we say I'm opening this place, I'm opening it.
You're doing it.
So yeah, get ready. But yeah, just it's they're really attempting to do something unique, and I'm delighted to be part of that.
So the album not being released doesn't count in this next question or
Okay.
Vegas. What has so far been the best part of your year?
And you're taking away my album release?
I'm taking away, because that's obvious. That's so exciting for everyone and your fans. I got to take that away. There has to be something.
That is the most exciting part. Okay, can I use a bit of my album though?
Of course you
Wrapping
can.
up the album.
Yes.
Wrapping up the final song to go on the album, which was I flew from Australia to from Melbourne to London, which if any of you have done that journey, it's
exhausting.
It's you're tired at the other end. And I went straight to not to a studio, but we again just had this like makeshift studio set up. And my lovely producers, I think I was driving them crazy. I need to ask them. I'm going to see them in a few days. Did I drive you crazy at the end of the album? I'm so panicked about everything, and I want every detail to be there. So I would say that was a really exciting moment for me, where we, through my jet lag, finished this song, and then I felt, okay, I've done everything I need to do for this album.
Well, I know people.
And shooting Padam was also a lot of fun.
Well, I was going to say, people watching that video myself and hearing people talk about it, watching the comments on Instagram. It's a fun video. If that wasn't your first, I know it's going to be your second as your best part of the year, because we haven't seen videos like that in a long time. People don't do that anymore.
Wait till you see the next one.
Oh, are you you're amping up? You're telling me, hey,
well, the next one's out. If the next one's out, you guys are going to catch up. You're going to catch up soon. Okay.
Well, now I'm going to Google it, and then I'm going to have to call you back and be like, hey, you were right.
Hey, let's talk about tension.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for the September 22nd for you, and to hear the new music, because I know a lot of our fans, our listeners, are really loving Padam Padam, and so we can't wait to see you, and in Vegas. So congratulations again ahead of time.
Thank you so much. I'm so touched, and I'm like over the moon that people are loving Padam and making it their own. And yeah, if you're doing any videos, I will probably see them. Sorry.
Okay, good. Sounds good. You scroll that TikTok and the Instagram, you watch what people are doing.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
It would be super fun to go see her in Vegas, throwing her Venetian residency. So congrats to her on all that success. It was great to talk to her. So there you go. That is Stacey Hutch. Say Too Much. We'll see you next time.